Thank you to everyone who is attending this presentation. For sure, it's a great honor and pleasure to be with you. I'm talking on behalf of maybe AFROS, and at the same time, maybe I need to update. I'm now the past president because there was an election last week, and as per the rules, we elected another president. Then this is just to show that in Africa we have a lot of democracy. And I'm also Dean of the College of Business Administration, and it's my pleasure just to talk about and the focus about rethinking business education, the impact of industrial revolution. You know that during the 3 million years we have been on Earth, we were trying to do a lot of things in order to, let's say, improve things and make things happening. I think that if the first industrial revolution was steam-based machines, and we started mechanizing things, and now it comes the second industrial revolution with the mass production, and we started seeing using machines. And I think that the movie of Charlie Chaplin, Modern Times, at the time was really an illustration of what modern times for them at that time means. And then now comes the third industrial revolutions, where we are starting using computer-based knowledge. And really what we are observing during COVID and the use of online, etc., was the output of the third industrial revolution rather than the fourth one, because the fourth one still, it's under implementation with a lot of artificial intelligence tools, information technology, data analysis. And for sure, we are expecting the fifth one and beyond. And during my presentation, we will not limit to the fourth, but we are going to talk about the fifth industrial revolution. You know that before I start, maybe it's not the purpose of talking about the history of higher education, but because I presented the history of the industrial revolution, it's nice also to talk about the history of higher education. There is a lot of university, they are saying that we are #1 in the world, we was first, etc. We know that the higher education institution that we are having now are the output of what we call University of Bologna, University of Paris, in 1000, University of Paris, 1150. But universities started time before, maybe the colonialism of European country to some other parts gave them the idea. And the idea, I think, I'm proud to say, because I'm Tunisian, that the first officially university in the world was University of Zaytuna in 737. And the second, maybe oldest university on earth is the University Al-Qarawiyyin in 1839. And for your information, Qarawiyyin means from Kairouan, and Kairouan is a city in Tunis because the lady, there was a lady who built this university in Morocco in 1839. Then the third oldest university also is in Cairo, in Egypt. It's Al-Azhar University. It's 972. And suddenly, it's not a surprise, the one who built this university was coming also from Tunisia, from the city of Medialab, where I am from. Then I'm really proud each time that I use this slide everywhere, fill in the blanks, but I'm really proud that first universities are North African and are African universities. Now, the first industrial revolution and the second industrial revolution, they have made a new system. The new system, the university of before, that was basically focusing on teaching and learning, while teaching is principal activity and learning was something that we do. I think that Germany was among the first in the early 19th century to introduce what we call a combination of research. Research was introduced to university, and then university becoming research, teaching, and learning institutions. This was the first and the second industrial revolution impact, because we started using machines, we started using processes, and OR, as part of this, was mainly operational research. It's to use research to arrange operation or to automatize operations or to make operations really following algorithms, following a process. Then OR also was the output, let's say, of the second industrial revolutions. The time evolved and comes the third industrial revolution, and we are moving from, for example, here I'm using a funny picture. We are moving from books to notebooks. We are moving from, we are moving towards virtual. We are moving through processes that could be done. It's the expansion of internet. Just to give you an idea about the expansion of internet, I know that 30 years ago when I was students, we were struggling, for example, where to store data, and data was really problematic, how we can store them, how we can clean them, etc. Nowadays, we don't worry about the space, we don't worry about the storage, we don't worry about the capacity. Now 10 gigabyte will cost you nothing. Before 10 gigabyte, you need a building, 7th floor. In the Second World War, it was to store 10 gigabyte, we need a 7th floor building. Now you can get it and you can put it in your small pocket, it's a small SD card or mini SD with more than 10 gigabyte that was a 7-store building. Then as you can see, we are moving toward more information, getting things connected, connecting people together. And when you connect people together, the results would be that more beauty, more beautiful ideas, more creation, more innovation, and people, they start working together. And this has an impact on the field of operational research that now we can find in different area, and people, they started using techniques and developing techniques, not just for the purpose of engineers or computer science or applied math, while this field was led for the whole time during the third industrial revolution by people from applied math and people from computer science, but started developing the algorithms, started developing the models, etc. Then this is the impact of the third industrial revolution. Now the fourth industrial revolution, it's the revolution of technologies. The revolution of technologies, we have autonomous robots, simulation, system integration, industrial Internet of Things. Everything is now connected. It's not just computers like in the third industrial revolutions. Machines, they are connected. People, they are connected. It's not just Internet of Things. Now we are talking about Internet of everything. Everything could be connected. Everything could be recognized. And everything, when we connect, we feed with data. And that's the area of big data and analytics. And that's the reason why some knowing, let's say, our society like Informs now, they're trying to lift from the title of the old title of operational research management science to a new title, which is more appealing with the fourth industrial revolution, business analytics. Then we started receiving data. We started struggling. How can we do with data? What kind of things that we can generate from data? And the idea of, as I said, big data analytics comes. We are not really doing a lot in terms of big data analytics because still we are in the phase of descriptive analytics. We are in the phase of diagnosis analytics. We did not find a way to touch in deep with perspective analytics and different algorithms that OR could provide, but it's on the process. We are moving fast. We are moving really fast. We can now have the data stored in the cloud, and cloud computing is booming. And companies like Microsoft, Amazon started investing on it massively, and they start getting out of it a lot of money, but at the same time getting a lot of information. Companies like Facebook, like Facebook, I said Google also. They are getting a lot of money, a huge amount of money from the first industrial revolution technologies, and they are making a highly big business. And these are the biggest companies now in the world. Augmented reality, additive manufacturing. While not all companies or not all manufacturing fields now they adhere to the technology, to new technology, but still that, like a country like China, they are using now the artificial intelligence and the output technology that comes with the fourth industrial revolution, like hell. And several companies now around the world are trying to imitate and trying to progress. Now, when it comes to the fourth industrial revolution, what happens to the curriculum? The curriculum was in the old time focusing onto knowledge, concepts, giving the students whatever they need, giving them a toolkit, and let them be ready to do a certain task. Now, the fourth industrial revolution comes with the idea that the curriculum, you don't know exactly what the students will be doing in the future, and what kind of task it will be given to the students. It means that, for example, if you take an OR course and you are between the dilemma to go in deep into optimization, or to teach simulation, or to go to stochastic processes, or to make an introduction using algebra and show the students how they can convert matrices and do all these calculations. Now, the fourth industrial revolution, the need, it's not students who can, maybe it's good to have students who have good background in applied math, a good background in computer science, but you need to sacrifice something. The fourth industrial revolution is more oriented into the use of technology. Sure, there will be people to develop technology, but we are more in need into a curriculum that make you a fun user of technology and let's say equip it with basics in order to understand what is coming next. All right. Usually when we look at the old curriculums, you will find, for example, a course on C++, level 1, level 2, level 3. These not anymore applicable for the curriculum of the fourth industrial revolution. You need to give kind of, let's say, flower from each place, or you can give a kind of overview, and students, they can do in deep later on. The fourth industrial revolution, that's why we are forcing business schools, at least because I'm a dean of business school, to incorporate technology everywhere. From course number 1, when you teach, for example, how to convert a matrix, or when you teach basics on management, you should use the right words and technology words. You should start with the using of business cloud computing from the beginning. You don't need to wait till that you have a course in business cloud computing. When you discuss about marketing, you need at a certain time to talk about marketing analytics and the importance of data for that. Maybe you don't need to show all the algorithms. Maybe you don't need to show all the techniques, but you need to show them, to give them a taste of what we mean by marketing analytics, accounting analytics. And this is the fourth industrial revolution curriculum. Really, some accreditation institutions like AACSB, where I'm a mentor and I'm also attending some of the visits for the schools in the region, we are looking for this, embedding technology into the curriculum. And this is the impact of the fourth industrial revolution. Then we are moving more from knowledge to competencies and skills. I will discuss, we are moving to competency, skills will come next when I will discuss the fifth industrial revolution. Then the skills that we need for the fourth industrial revolution, all right, are thinking skills. And maybe these skills, we need thinking skills means critical skills, problem solving, decision making, information use, customer focus, organization. Maybe with these thinking skills, we need to start early. We need to start from the secondary school, primary school, and this is what northern countries in Europe they are doing. They are putting a lot of time and efforts in creating thinking skills, in creating disciplines, for example, and in given after-school activities. That's how we create thinking skills. Now, the second skills that we need for the fourth industrial revolution are the digital skills. Now, I know that people now, as young people like you attending the meeting today, you have better digital skills than sometimes than your teachers, than your instructors, than your advisors or supervisors. But you could learn this from, you don't need to come to the school. Some people, they learn at home, from their family, from their friends, from their work, based practices, all right, from private training that they can get on internet. But digital skills now are very important, and this is why we are incorporating these digital skills, at least in my business school. Now everything is digital, even the books are digital, the material are digital, courses are recorded, they are digital, all right, quizzes also, they are online, they are digital, and even the homework that were given to students are digital. Maybe COVID-19 helped us to speed up the process in terms of digital skills and helped us to upgrade our faculty and students regarding that. Now, we need also personal skills. And by personal skills, we mean communications, because I know that you in OR or we in OR, we are good in communicating with machines, with algorithms, writing codes, etc. But in real life, what you need to do is you need to meet people, discuss with people, handling teams, give motivation, manage. You need to adapt yourself to different situations. And this also, we need to teach them early from the primary and secondary school. And here I will use again the example of northern countries in Europe. They are investing a lot in terms of personal skills, and this could be developed through projects, through putting people together. And maybe COVID-19 put a lot of barriers regarding developing personal skills, because students, they are not highly engaged to lectures. I know that this, for example, this presentation, it's online. People, they may eat while they are listening to me. They may do different activities. This is good, but this is bad. But the good thing is that a lot of people, they can connect it. Otherwise, if this was face-to-face, I would not be able to come to maybe to Guatemala and give this speech. Then we have a cost benefit, we have benefit, and we have pro and cons for this. Finally, and this is that we need to work on it, it's what we call job-specific skills. And to be able to provide job-specific skills, we need to understand what kind of job is offered for you. And here I need to just relate on one wonderful experience that was in France, called University 40. And in University 40, you don't need to have what we call a school degree. You can come to the university without school degree, secondary school degree, and just you need to cross the swimming pool. They call it swimming pool. In French means piscine. And you need to succeed to collaborate with others in a kind of 1 month training or 1 month event. And once you succeed and get out from the swimming pool or the piscine, you will be admitted to the program, and you will be admitted and you will be sponsored by one company to get exactly the skills that you need for the work that you are going to be to have for the coming years. Then the job-specific skills are important. Business schools now, they need to link to the university, to the industry, to the public vocational programs, to also the trainings, the work-based trainings. And these are the things that we are using to increase the job-specific skills of our graduates. Now, the learning, all right? The learning or the teaching in the fourth industrial revolution. All right, as you can see in the photo, it's a robot that gives, all right, a fruit to a human. And this photo, it's part, I got it from the Global Teacher Prize. And it really, it shows how we are going to move in terms of learning. We need to offer more and more content to students according to their time, according to their capacity. We understand now that students, they may fail to succeed in the university because they don't have the same speed to understand things. They don't have the same capabilities to manipulate, to hear from you, to understand you, to grasp the knowledge that you would like to provide them. That's why companies now, like for example, Coursera, FedEx, they are making a lot of money, and a lot of university, they are adding to their system, at least for what we call large number sections or large number of classes, because the content of the course or the knowledge or the experience, learning experience, is vehiculated 24/7. 24/7, and you can ask questions, you can find the answer through bot chat, you can find the answer in frequently asked questions, and you can learn by yourself. The involvement of teachers will be minimal. This what lead us to what we call teacher who can focus on answering new questions, new challenges, new difficulties that learners are facing. And this is really wonderful. Some schools, unfortunately, or some university, they keep saying that we would like to go back to the normal days like before, but this would not be, in my opinion, possible. The fourth industrial revolution is providing us with tools, a lot of tools that can make the learning experience different, enjoyable, and on time. And that's what students they need. This is what really students they need in their education. I'm thinking about students who can come again to schools in different, maybe in summer they can get course in summer, they can get a course, while others they are not used to get. They may be able, for example, to work at night rather than to come at 8 in the morning and sit in a chair and listen to the teachers while they are sleeping or they are half sleeping. Then that's what the impact of the fourth industrial revolution is, to make a revolution in terms of learning. Now, I will talk about the University of Bahrain and the University of Bahrain, and here you can ask me later on questions, because today in today's presentation, I kept it minimum in order that I can interact with you and discuss with you, rather than having, I know that you are in the University of Galileo, you have a kind, good students, and I'm expecting that there will be a lot of questions at the end of this presentation, and please challenge me. What we did in the University of Bahrain, first of all, let me explain why I am now. The Kingdom of Bahrain is a small island, maybe it's very small, with 1.5 million of citizens. Half of them, they are coming from outside, they are expat. We are in the Middle East, but we don't have a lot of petrol. And they think that the petrol are the people that we are having. And the lot of physicians, the lot of engineers. We have one of the biggest financial platforms in the region. We have what we call, in Bahrain, we have also what we call the tradition of tourism. 200 we are receiving, for example, in the weekends, coming days, you will see at least 250,000 coming to Bahrain during this crisis of COVID. Then we are small, but we are big in terms of achievement, and we started education 100 years before. And we are thinking about how we can improve this learning experience, how we can improve our way of doing things. At least we are the only public university. We are serving all the students here in Bahrain. All right, then we need really to be innovative. And to be innovative, we need to give a learning experience, a better learning experience. And this is what we did. We tried, even before COVID, to produce smart content, digital lessons, information visualization, learning content updates. And we flipped the classroom even before the start of COVID. That's why COVID has got a little impact on us, because our students, our staff, they are well well prepared for this. Then we automated since long time basic activities in education, such as grading and exam invigilations. And I know that if you are taking part of the teaching, you know how it's difficult to grade papers and invigilate exams. It takes a lot of energy. Also, we started providing what we call a personal tutoring, because when you use artificial intelligence, you will keep your resources on hand to do much better than to grade a paper or to invigilate an exam, while machine can do that. It's like between the guy who's writing by hand and who's typing by computer. For sure, the only difference is that you are saving time, you are saving the effort, and this is the impact of technology. Then we started giving students much more services, whether using our staff or using also technology capabilities like artificial intelligence powered chatbots. Also, we have given an access to students with special needs, and this is really wonderful. In all our courses, we are using an artificial intelligence tool in order that for those who cannot communicate with words, they can communicate, for example, with the sign languages. Engagement, you cannot do these innovation without the impact of the industry, without engaging with the industry. That's why we know that we learn more when you go to the industry. We learn more when we are practicing OR rather than doing a theoretical research on OR. That's why once we use one of the OR, we go outside and we established what we call a research consultancy unit. It means that students who are, for example, in the PhD of business analytics, rather than to do theoretical analysis on improving a transportation algorithm using meta heuristics, rather than to compete with others and saying that we are doing better than others on, let's say, on an example or in a simulated data, they do it on a real case, and they have an impact and they solve a problem for the society. And this is what we did through what we call the consultancy research project that took the place of thesis in the MSc degree. Now in the MBA and the MSc in FinTech, rather than to do a thesis, you do a consultancy research project. And to support all these activities, to put people all together, we created what we call a research center in business analytics and responsible management. All right, because we believe that using data, it's good, but we need to keep responsible management, a certain level of ethics, because if we are not going to monitor the tools like artificial intelligence in an ethical way, what will happen? What will happen is a disaster for the humankind. Then there is a research center in business analytics and responsible management, and we were not alone. We did it with the partners, Schema Business School. They have a research center in AI and artificial intelligence in the 5 different continents, United States, Africa and South Africa and the Middle East, in China, in Australia, and for sure in Europe. Also, because we believe that cloud is important, then we took part, we have a cloud innovation center from AWS, Amazon Web Service, with $2 million investment from AWS in our campus. And we created even a minor degree on business cloud computing. And this degree is certified by AWS Academy. For sure, I could also say that we have also an artificial intelligence lab, and the investment from a fintech company here in Bahrain, and it's $500,000 investment from a fintech company in Bahrain. For sure, this will not be possible without what we call making programs that could feed these initiatives. We have a BSc in business analytics. We have a minor in business cloud computing. We have a master in artificial intelligence. We have a master in big data and analytics. By the way, the master in artificial intelligence, it's not just for the business students. It's a venture between business and engineering school. The big data is a venture between College of Science, College of IT, and this because we are more focusing on the techniques and tools, Master in Financial Technology between IT and the College of Business, and PhD in Business Analytics. This is really the program that we started this year. And for your information, it's the only PhD in Business Analytics in the region, and the only on the world with the concentration or with the track on Islamic finance, which is an area where we have trillions of dollars of investment waiting for analytics people to handle it, to monitor it, to manage it. And I hope that in 3 years and a half or 4 years time, our students can get out. We have 27 students now in this PhD program, and they can get out and help humankind to, and help financial institution to monitor this amount of money. Let me show you also the benefit of the fourth industrial revolution. If you want to monitor the fourth industrial revolution, you have to use a different structure, because in organizations we are using what you call the Taylorism. It's more top-down structures where people, they refer to each other. I think here's the slide that appropriate. It's a top-down hierarchy, and in the top-down hierarchy we are acting as machines. All right, as you can see in the fourth industrial revolution, the second part of the slide, the middle part of the slide, we are concerned more about people. People are the resources. All right, and we have a support and informed leadership style, and people, they're working together. This helped me to inspire me really to make a different strategy or a different structure inside the college. And I got the approval from the University of Bahrain, the president. He was really keen to see something. And when we discussed the circular structure for information, I know I got it from politics. When I studied politics before, there was a chapter for US politics, and they were mentioning that Barack Obama and Roosevelt was using the circular structure. I took this in mind, and I found also Tesla using the circular structure. Then I said that this is good to accelerate the change, because the difference between the third industrial revolution and the fourth one is the rapid change. All right, we are moving fast, we are changing things, we are moving really not like before, and that's the difference. Then what we did, it's easy, we grouped people to work together. And I think that this is the spirit of OR. OR was started before by grouping people from different backgrounds to work together. Then I destroyed what we call the walls between departments, and I started putting people to work together. And when you put people to work together, and when people, they move together in the same direction, as said by Ford, success will be there. Then this is the circular structure. I know that it was not easy, and honestly, it's not yet achieved, because the challenges that I'm facing is that people, they are losing their power. My head of department, they don't have really power, because any staff can contact any head of department. Then they need to be in line, and this is really a loss of power. But my main challenge is to make it institutionalizing these changes, in order that no one can come after and destroy all these changes. I don't think that this will be the case, because now we are moving fast. And this is the only recipe that works if you want to prepare good food for your stakeholders. For sure, the benefit are equity, equality, and change embracing organization culture. But again, to be able to do that and to prepare yourself for integrating the fourth industrial revolution in your company or in your higher education institution, all right, you need to think about the circular structure. There will be a paper published. It was accepted with minor revision in a famous management journal that will be I hope publish it by January, February. We are in the last phase of accepting this paper. All right, then it's really easy to use it, but I think that the key success factors like faculty with a strong belief in the college mission and strategy, and therefore have a strong desire to actualize it rather than to resist to it. These are really the things that we earn, what we got from this using what we call the organization structure or the governance of the fourth industrial revolution. Now, what is next? Because as you can see in all my slides, I'm touching the fifth industrial revolution because I know that fifth industrial revolution will come before I disappear from Earth. Then I need to think about it. And as you can see, we are moving from people with the low connection between them or top-down hierarchy to people they are connecting, but in small groups, to really people they are connecting to each other in a kind of network. We will be like a human brain. And this is, I think, the what we call relationship-centered organization system, where everyone is connected to others. But for sure, to be able to connect people together and to be able to care about not just product and profit like we did before, we will care about people, we will care about planet, we will care about the focus, we will care about not just making money. And for this, you need a different governance structure where we are going more to focus into relation. For sure, we started discussing this. We started discussing this when United Nations, they started talking about SDGs and Sustainable Development Goals. They feel that if we are going to continue to focus on product and profit focus, the human mankind may disappear. And that artificial intelligence and the tools of the fourth industrial revolution can do better. They can help us to connect to each other. They can help us to work like a brain, where each member is a neuron, and each member has the capacity to stop, has the capacity to communicate, and has the capacity to help in the decision making. At that time, all humankind will be like a big brain that will be able to deliver better results, better things, and better decisions. The fifth industrial revolution will lead us to a different model of learning as well. I discussed about the fourth industrial revolution learning, but for the fifth industrial revolution learning, we are going to move away from our transactional method of instruction toward the more relational approach to learning. As you can see in this photo, the teacher is from China. The people who are sitting, they are coming from different countries, maybe from different backgrounds. Maybe they are not together, it's virtual, but they can communicate, they can learn from each other. We will be, as I said, like in a big village, as said by scientists and those who are, they have the, what we call, they have an idea about futurist, okay, people. All right, the proportion of foundation courses that are designed around lecture and high-stake exams will disappear. You don't need to take Math 101. You don't need to take Accounting 101. You don't need to take Physics 101. All right, these things will disappear. The courses will be tailored, and the teachers will be teaching in different locations at the same time. And due to the increase of number of teachers, because in Guatemala, you are having teachers now, in Bahrain, we are producing teachers. It's not just in US, it's not just in Europe, all right? Large lectures will be replaced by small groups with ever more robust and immersive virtual environment, as I said. And we are going to engage students in not just curriculum activity, but co-curriculum activity to develop their human skills. Because as I said, they need to communicate. They need to put their hands and they need to communicate with others. And for that, we are going to need human skills. We are going to need humans that are different from machines. Machines can calculate. Machine can solve a balance sheet. Machines can find the short span, but machines, they are not good in communicating. They are not good in understanding the body language. Even we can use artificial intelligence tools now, and we can use sensors, but empathy, self-awareness, growth mindset, this is not possible. Still, they are limited, as I said. And how we can develop these human skills? Through practice of all times. All times they were practicing this, sitting together in a circle, trying to find projects, trying to communicate, trying to criticize, trying to give feedback. And that's what will create the human skills. And I think that it's somehow like, all right, we are moving from a new university to a university where each will have a personalized curriculum. It's a new version of the liberal art model. Philosophy, art, and history, machines cannot manage. Then we need to embed them in our curriculum. Ethics, it's a must, because this is the difference between us and the machine. Machines, they obey to algorithms, they obey to constraints, they obey to techniques, equations, models, but human beings, they understand ethical, then ethical values will be enhanced, will be there. We are going to use more e-learning platforms. We are going to use more tools. I don't know what kind of tools will be available. Maybe one day you can download me on Guatemala and seeing me face to face, and they even can touch and eat Guatemalan food, all right? And maybe we don't need physical campuses to do that. We can do that on Zoom 2050 version or 13 version, 13X version. I think that the business education will change in 2030. And we are moving so fast. And education now is available everywhere. This presentation could be recorded and could be displayed on YouTube channels, and I don't need to repeat it again, all right? And I don't need to talk about it again. I will move forward and make another talk or another presentation, or go more into deep, and I don't need to sing the same song again, all right? Education will be free, will be available. Learning will not be restricted to 4 years. It will be a lifelong endeavor, learn on demand. You may get your master degree, rather than to get it in 2 years or 1.5 years, you can get it in 6 years using the micro credentials. Now, a lot of university, they cut the master degree into small course. This year you can get a course, the next year you can get another course. And then we call this micro credential, you collect them together, and this is your degree. And we can allocate to you a degree. By the way, you will not need a degree, all right? You will not need a degree to find a job. And a lot of jobs now, they are coming without degrees. Because what they need from you when you work for a company is the human side of management. How you are managing other people's, interacting with other people's, all right? Ethical is important. And this is the only things that differentiate between us and machines, all right? Sustainability is important. We need not to focus on just profit and growth. We need to focus on the nature. We need to focus on on well-being, on the protection of the climate change, etc. It's very important, and this needs a lot of awareness among all kind of disciplines and colleges, and mainly business students, because there are those who will be in charge of managing things, making money out of things. Employability and entrepreneurship will be the DNA of any leader. Any leader, whether he's, entrepreneurship doesn't mean that you are going to manage a small company. You can apply the entrepreneur ideas and skills into big companies, because big companies, they cannot be big without small companies. Now, the startups are everywhere, and small companies, they may become big, all right, in a click, like, I don't know, like Facebook, like WhatsApp, like, I'm taking IT companies, but you can get other companies, Uber or Amazon. When they started small. And teachers, all right, teachers must evolve. We don't need to have a teacher who teach, because anyone can teach. The machine can teach. Teachers will become guiders, philosophers. All right. I know that all of us, we got the degree, call it degree of philosophy. All right. But not all of us, after getting the degree, we remain philosophers. All right. We return back to the university and we start teaching a course, I don't know, Math 101, and we will keep teaching the Math 101 till the end of our life without really guiding students, helping students, mentoring students, showing them, discussing with them, criticizing, accepting their criticism, exchanging with them. And you know what is strange on what I'm describing to you nowadays, how business education will change? I read all these things, you know when? If you go back, I will go back to my first part of the presentation. I read this in a book describing University of Zaytuna in 737. All right. All what I am describing to you now was written there describing this university that was created in 737. But what is missing is the keywords that I'm using, like artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data, and operational research or business analytics. That's the only difference. All right, let me conclude. I will conclude with this. We are moving faster than ever before. Higher education and mainly business schools are facing the dilemma of change. We need to prepare the governance. We need to prepare ourselves. We need to teach students in a different way. We need to prepare students for the 2030, for the fifth industrial revolution. And I think that we cannot do this alone. We need to work together. We need to be like the organization, be in a network, helping each other, exchanging information. And with network, we will sustain our work.